Hello my friends and fellow stackers, the Prospect Stacker back here again today, making a quick video discussing why I believe fractional gold is going to be king in 2026. First off, I just want to start with the video saying thank you for all the support in my recent video. I couldn't have been more happier to see how many views I got. It's definitely my highest view video so far. I'm very grateful and appreciative of all the support that video has gotten, and I just wanted to mention that. First today, I'm going to start by talking about why I believe fractional gold is going to become important in 2026, and that is mainly due to the fact of the price. Gold right now is almost approximately $5,000 an ounce, so that means even people who were able to buy half-ounce coins back then for the same price of what they can buy quarter-ounce coins for now are starting to be able to get less gold for their money. And a lot of people are starting to pull back on what they're buying just because of the fact that the price continues going higher. And that's why I think that fractional gold really is going to be our new king in 2026 in terms of what we can buy, because of the fact that fractional gold is still affordable for the average stacker. The average stacker doesn't have a ton of money that they can afford to buy a $5,000 gold coin at any given time. But an average stacker may be able to have $500 or $600 to buy something like a 10th ounce coin, or even $1,300 to buy something like a quarter-ounce coin. And in some cases, maybe even $2,600 or $2,700 to buy something like a half-ounce coin. And that's why I really think fractional gold is going to be king in 2026, is because of the fact that fractional gold is a lot easier to buy. And since it's easier to buy, more people are going to buy fractional gold because it's going to be an easier entry point. Especially things like gold bars. Gold bars and the fractions between 1 grams to 2.5 grams are probably going to be one of the most popular buys for people who want to start, just because of the fact that they're very affordable to buy and they are real gold. As much as people may look down upon 1 gram bars or even 2.5 gram bars, they still are gold nonetheless. And that's what all that matters is that it's gold. They still are what they are. Gold is gold, as they say, gold is gold, silver is silver. It's a very old saying, at least to my knowledge. It's a very old saying, but when you think about it, it is exactly as it is. Gold is gold. It doesn't matter how big or how small the fractional piece is. At least you're accumulating some type of weight. But I do think that as 2026 goes on, people are going to start buying more things like 10th ounce coins, more than anything, including 1 gram bars too. But I think 10th ounce coins, more than anything, are going to become very popular, just because of the fact that the prices are going so high. We have seen gold recently come from 4,700 all the way up to 5,000 in the span of a week. That's one of the biggest jumps that we've seen recently in recent times, and it almost seems like every time you look at the Kitco, it's a new all-time high. And it's very, very uncertain times, and the market's going crazy, honestly. I remember when I first started buying my first pieces of gold that I was buying at $2,600 or $2,700. And now I look at Kitco and I see that it's 4,980. And it's just a big shocker to see how much gold has increased. And buying coins like 1/10 ounce coins used to be things that you can buy for relatively low amounts of money. And now 1/10 ounce coins are costing you anywhere between $500 to $550. So it's becoming harder and harder to obtain gold, which is why I think it's very important to be able to stack it while you can. Of course, none of this is financial advice. I would advise that you buy what you could afford, but I would definitely advise, if you have the ability to buy gold and it won't hurt you financially, I would totally advise you buy yourself some gold, because in recent times we're seeing the price going higher and higher, and I'm sure as time goes on with global uncertainties and everything else, and all of the tension that we have geopolitical wise, I'm sure that the price is just going to continue to go higher and higher. And I really think that people who are holding right now should continue to hold. I don't think people should be selling, quite honestly. I think that it's very important to hold on to your gold while you can, because this is really one of the only last assets we can own. And especially as a younger stacker, being 19 years old, it's hard to be able to buy anything other as an asset than gold. I can't afford to purchase a house right now, but I can afford to purchase an ounce of gold. And an ounce of gold, in my opinion, is the equivalent of owning a house in terms of being an asset. And it's the only asset that I could relatively afford easily right now. And I have a job opportunity coming to me really soon that I'm hoping to God goes well. That should allow me to start adding more gold and silver to my stack consistently every month. So stay tuned for that. The next couple of videos I should be posting, or the next couple of months, will be quite interesting. But I should be able to start accumulating more gold and more silver as time goes on. And I'm going to have a lot more interesting coins and bars coming in and out of my stack. But I do think that as time goes on, fractional gold is very important to buy. Just for also the fact that it's a lot more easily liquidatable, if that's even a word. It's a lot more liquid, I should say. It's a more liquid coin than buying an ounce coin. Because when you buy a full ounce coin, it's a lot harder to sell it to somebody because of the fact that it's so expensive. It's a lot easier to sell 4 quarter-ounce coins than it is to sell 1 full ounce coin. And that's why for me, I really like the quarter-ounce size. The quarter-ounce size, in my opinion, is really the happy median in terms of the coins that I have. I really love the half-ouncer size too. The half-ounces is beautiful. This is a 2026 Lunar Horse. This is one of my favorites, if not my favorite, of my whole collection. And I really love the size. I love the heft that it has in the hand, but I do think that quarter-ounce coins still are the way to go in terms of fractional gold, just for the fact that they're a little bit more liquid. I will have an easier time selling a quarter-ounce coin to another peer stacker, a peer-to-peer marketplace, than I would have ease selling a 1-ouncer, which would be very hard to find a buyer that can buy a $5,000+ bar or coin. So it's a lot easier for me to sell something like a gram or a quarter-ounce or a 1/10 ounce, or even something like a 20th or a 2.5 gram or a 5-gram bar or even a 10-gram bar than it is for me to sell something like an ounce, just for the fact that they are cheaper. I think the pluses of fractional gold really are the fact that it is smaller denominations. It's like anything. When you have a smaller denomination, you could break it up. So if you want to actually sell some of your gold off, if you come into, some type of financial crisis, or, you get into a little bit of a financial pinch, you can sell off a small amount of your gold without selling all of it, and you can come up on the cash that you need to handle your medical emergency or your financial emergency, a financial crisis, whatever it happens to be. And you can pay for those things without having to necessarily get rid of all of your gold. And that's the beauty that fractional gold brings. It brings versatility in the fact that you can use fractional gold and sell the fractions as it's needed. As you need more cash, you can sell more and more of it. And that's the beautiful thing about having it as fractional. Since it is in fact fractional, it's easily divisible. And that's something that you just do not have with full 1-ounce gold bars or 1-ounce coins. They are not divisible. A 1/10 ounce gold coin is very divisible in the fact that you can have 10 of them and they'll equal the same amount of gold as you have in a 1-ounce coin, but the fact that they are all separate, and the fact that they are separate gives you that versatility that you can sell them or barter with them or trade with them a lot easier. Same thing as even a 1/2 ounce. A 1/2 ounce has a lot more usability to it than a full ounce, just for the fact that it's smaller and it's a little bit more obtainable and a little bit cheaper for a lot more stackers. And that's also another important thing to consider as your stack grows, is an exit plan. Financial emergencies come up, we don't want to all sell our stacks. None of us do. I sure know that I don't want to, but I also know too, if a medical emergency came along and I had to sell something in my stack, I would rather sell something like a 1/4 ounce or something like a 1/10 ounce than if I only had 1-ounce coins that I really liked, and then I'd be forced to have to sell my big 1-ounce coins to be able to do whatever I have to do. That's why having fractional coins really is going to be king in 2026. As the prices become higher, it's going to get harder and harder for people to buy any gold, period. And I think that having 1/4 ouncers now and something like 10 ouncers, 10 ouncers, or 1/20th ounce coins is really the way to go. I feel people who have been stacking fractional gold coins were way ahead of their time, just in the fact that 1-gram bars, fractional 10 ounce coins, 20 ounce coins are worth so much money now just for the fact of the spot price increasing. But you still have something that's so much more divisible and so much more fractional than a full ounce coin. And that's the beauty nature about having fractional gold. And I know as time goes on, I'm going to continue stacking a bunch more fractional gold, and I have no intention on stopping anytime soon. Thank you for checking out today's video, everybody. I'm very grateful of all the support I've been being shown by the community recently. I appreciate all the liking and the comments and the subscriptions that I've been getting. I appreciate everybody coming around and talking in the chat of all the videos, and thank you so much for all the recent support. I hope everyone has a very blessed Sunday, and I hope all of you are doing well. Keep on stacking. The Prospect Stacker out. Have a good day, everyone.